right, joined by Arizona State head coach Molly Miller and Marley Washenitz. Coach, if you could start us off with a comment on the game, please.
Yeah, that was a game that was hard fought on both ends. We made some runs there, just couldn't get over the hump. When we got it within 5, we got it within 3. It's a back and forth battle. You're in the game, and the effort that these kids showed, I'm just so happy and proud of them. That type of style is not easy to play day 3. That was not an excuse for them. They were ready. They emptied the tank. You know, it's not a full tank when you're doing 3 games in 3 days, but it was a tank full of heart and commitment, and I'm really proud.
Thank you. Questions? Raise your hand. Got a microphone to you. Right over here on the left.
In the Big 12, what would you say that you learned throughout this experience and just what you were able to bring over from GCU and establish with this ASU team?
I learned that culture wins. It's won everywhere I've been. Culture doesn't win unless you have buy-in, though. And so the fact that I could bring strangers together and have our players be 2 feet in, ready to learn a totally new system. They were all freshmen in the system. How challenging is that to put freshmen together, a whole team of freshmen that was new to the system, and go out and accomplish what we accomplished? So it's a testament to their trust, their care, their love for the game, the love they found with each other and for each other. And I've really learned that this is a tough conference, but if you have the right people in place, you can be successful in it. And I got very fortunate by putting the right people in place and around me, from my staff to my players. We have formed a bond this first year that will be unbreakable.
Hi, Molly. It's Mia from WCSN. How do you evaluate the team's growth over these past 3 days in Kansas City?
Oh, we're such a different team. When we watch non-conference games, or even the first time we played a conference opponent, we're like, that's not the same team. And when you do put that many strangers together and develop chemistry throughout the year, it grows. And you can tell that they play with one another, the strength to them, to being on this pretty steep learning curve, but figuring it out quickly.
All right, stay in the right.
Harrison Fuller, WCSN. Marley, you had a great shooting performance tonight, and to be able to do that against your home state team, you know, did it feel like a revenge game from the start?
I wouldn't say necessarily a revenge game. I think every game is a revenge game for us. I mean, we lost to Iowa, West Virginia early on the road that we thought we should have won. It was a revenge game for us. And then on top of that, we're proving ourselves every night. So every game and our next game up, that's a big game for us. That's a revenge game. And whether we beat them or not, like, we have our foot on the gas and we just want to win. I mean, personally, obviously I want to win every game. There was no like animosity or certain sort of like motivation specifically against West Virginia because it was my home state. I'm from there obviously, but like I said, I just want to win every game no matter who we're playing, whether it's, you know, our first game of the season against Common State up until now against West Virginia. I just want to win and don't really care about who the opponent is.
PJ, and then Rachel. You, PJ.
PJ Green, KC Star. Marley, with all your time in Pittsburgh, just how would you compare the ACC tournament versus this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome, honestly. I've loved the Big 12 tournament. I loved my time in the ACC for 3 years. But honestly, being here and being able to be some of the first couple teams to even play in this Class 4 is really special. I think they have some pros and cons for sure that everyone's probably going to hear about. But as an overall standpoint of the tournament itself and the hosting and the organization and everything, I mean, the locker rooms from top to bottom, the way that the floors put together, you know, everything from top to bottom has been amazing. I mean, I would say maybe I'm biased now because I'm in the Big 12, but I liked it better. I think Big 12 style play is really fun and exciting. You have so many different styles of play compared to the ACC. So that's been really exciting to see. I mean, you have 3-point shooting teams. You see Kansas State. You have West Virginia, and similar to us, very defensive heavy teams. And so it's just a really fun league to play in, and the versatility is, I mean, off the charts, and everyone can attest that. I mean, from top to bottom, this conference is competing every single night, and we see that here in the tournament.
And you talked about the pros and cons of the floor. I mean, lots of sliding just from just several games throughout this whole tournament. Do you want to just talk about some of the pros and cons?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the pros is it's cool. Obviously, you're the first to do some of the things within it. I think a con that everyone's talked about is the slipping. I think we mentioned it even in one of our huddles. Like, we played on this court. We know how it is. We played in this arena. We know how it looks. We know how it looks to shoot in here. And so we feel like we had an advantage in that point. And you saw the first couple of possessions, West Virginia came out. They were slipping and sliding everywhere. And then once they kind of got a feel for it, they stayed on their feet a little bit better. So even essentially Iowa State did the same thing. They were a little on the floor at the beginning too. So I think that would be the biggest con I would say. But I would say the pro is just being a part of, history and a first here at the Big 12 tournament, and hope to continue to see it grow.
Marley, I'm excited to watch you guys continue to play, but can you kind of just put a bow around what this experience has been like in Tempe with Coach Molly, with your teammates, everything you guys have put together this year through the regular season and through this Big 12 run?
I mean, yeah, it's been perfect, honestly, and to say that sounds unrealistic, but it's not. I've been very blessed and fortunate to have ended up here, and I wouldn't have asked for my last year to be anywhere else. I mean, from the relationships to the court, I mean, there's everything here at this university that you could imagine. You have a staff that loves you. You have such versatility in the staff, too. I mean, you have Coach Glove and Coach Norman who have been here. They've been in the women's game and essentially even higher up for years. And then you have younger coaches who are Coach Abby and DB and Deja who have, been in our shoes. They've played. And so it's really cool to see that in a staff, and they've just poured into us wholeheartedly. And then to see a group of a lot of fresh faces come together and gel the way we did is pretty remarkable, and you don't see that at every program. And again, I think that starts with the coaching staff, because a lot of us transfers and even freshmen came in not knowing what this year was going to look like, but we trusted the staff because we knew they were going to bring in good people. And another reason I decided to come here actually was one of my first calls was with Coach DB, and he had told me already, he was like, yeah, I called one of your old teammates, Michaela, who I played with at Pitt, just to see how you are as a person. And I was like, okay, so they're not only recruiting good players, they're recruiting good people. And so when you have that and you're recruiting people with the same mindsets and same goals, I mean, you're going to gel naturally because you have the same wavelength. And so to see the staff do that and bring it together a team that has been competitive and best friends and everything else, I mean, like I said, you don't see that everywhere else. And then who's to complain about Tempe weather?
All right, front row on the right.
About what's to come next.
Why I love this team. In the country at the power game turnaround. That's an incredible story. If you get to know them and their stories and how we've meshed this together to win, I'm going to start with the closer, to win 24 games. No Power 4 team has ever, in the history of the tournament, been left out with 24 wins. And I'm going to hit you with a 1, 2, 3. So the one is we've won 12 top 100 net games. That's first out of any team on the bubble. So over half of our wins are truly very competitive at the highest level. We have, honestly, from the start to finish, on the road, that's our number 2, we have 9 wins away from home. So we've proven we can win anywhere. Quad 2 wins, and that's tied for 3rd amongst all bubble teams. So the other thing in that schedule is we don't have a bad loss. We lost on the road at Cincy, and that's still a Q3 loss. We don't have a Q4 loss. So I think when you put that resume together and the fact that we finally got our signature win against a healthy Iowa State as well, we've got the package, the resume, and then we also have, the acumen to go on the road and win. We played the 5 teams that we played that were in the top of this conference, 4 of them we played on the road. And the one we did play at home, Oklahoma State, we ended up winning. So the fact that history is on our side, the fact that we have, out of all the bubble teams, the best record, 12 wins against top 100 teams, that shows the competitiveness of this team. If you're going to go play in the most competitive tournament in the country, you want the most competitive teams, and that's Arizona State.
Hi, Molly. Faith Wick here with Inferno Intel. And I just have to ask you, your first game with Arizona State, you played Coppin State. And during the post-presser, I was there, so that's how I know this, you said, I love these girls. I love this team. We are a family. And just watching the bond with you and your team grow, do you feel that bond is better than any victory against a team?
Yeah, nothing is going to break that bond, and it's a life bond. I probably won't remember the scoreboard that just happened, but what I am going to remember is how we did this for me, in the sense that, you know, you have your highs and lows of sports. I just felt like we trusted each other. There's genuine built-in relationships. So I'm gonna be mad at Marley when she doesn't call me, when she's like, Coach, I got my first interview, or I'm putting my down payment on my house, or I got engaged. Like, those are the relationships that we're gonna have for life. We have basketball to still play. So we're still building on that, but the fact that we put a group together that's committed to the cause, that has established a legacy already in a program, and I feel gypped that I didn't get to coach her for 4 years, but I'm so blessed that I got to coach her for 1. That's how I feel about all my players. And these seniors especially, like I said, there's more basketball to play, but they have done a phenomenal job of setting the foundation so we can springboard this thing forward.
All right, any more questions? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.